Welcome to the Camera Life podcast. Tonight on the Random Photography Show, Leica takes the rangefinder out of its rangefinders. Tamron releases a super zoom, and Fujifilm forgets what model number it's up to. And we're late.
Yeah, sorry guys.
We're consistent.
Snapping frames, chasing light, shadows dance, day to night, lens sharp, soul in sight, the camera whispers, hold it tight, click, click, moments freeze, time captured in the breeze, yeah. The camera light,
Ooh.
the flashing nights,
Remix.
frame the world, see it right, the camera light, you're the light, yeah. Snapshots roll, life on
Well. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Camera Life podcast, proudly brought to you by Lucky Straps. This is the Random Photography Show, episode 127 on the 27th of October. Where's October gone? It just feels like it's gone.
It's gone. It's done.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's done like Justin's song. It's skipping all over the place, boss.
Is it? Hey, it sounds good for me. Must be the internet.
Nah,
long
it's
as
good for me too.
You've got a
must
party
be your
going in your own
internet.
head.
What
so that's
a
fine.
shame.
It skipped
What
a
a
lot.
shame. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. Good to have you here. G'day, Jim. G'day, Justin.
Hey Greg,
What's
how
up?
are you?
I feel a little left out, but we'll get to that later.
Why?
I couldn't tell you. Hey, boss, do you want to say good evening to some people?
I do. First I want to find out, what did the music sound like for you guys? Apparently it was skipping everywhere.
It kept
Dennis
skipping
says,
sort
Yeah.
of forward and back.
Dennis says, classic, I'm on my own in the studio swaying like a nut. Hopefully it wasn't to terrible music. Glenn Lavender's here. Hey, Glenn Lavender. What's up?
Hey, man.
Paul's here. Well,
Paul.
it took 19.6 hours, but something good eventually came of a Monday. Oh,
Oh,
have you had a bad day?
That's nice.
That's no good.
sorry, mate.
We're here now.
Give us a call. Give us a call. We're a
Yeah,
therapy
yeah.
line as well.
Call in on the live call-in number. 0485 512 370. Do you think Leica should have a no rangefinder in its rangefinders? Ian Thompson, good evening. Bruce Moyle, good evening. Back from the USA and ready for
Yeah.
a show. Good to have you
Welcome
back,
back,
Bruce. How
Bruce.
was it?
Yeah.
How was Hawaii? Philip Johnson just needs a new alarm clock. Look, we had some technical difficulties.
You've still got tech difficulties.
Yeah,
Justin.
you're
It's
glitch. you're a bit-
crackling.
I'm glitching.
You're
Yeah,
glitching.
you're
Okay.
crackling.
All right,
Yeah, sloppy work.
I'll go out and come back in because I'm fine on my end. So it must be the internet or something. You guys keep talking to the peeps.
Yeah,
Alright,
sounds like
talk
a
to the
you
peeps.
problem.
Bye.
Bye.
Do you want to carry on, Jim?
I don't know where we're up to.
I don't know.
Oh, what do we do?
John Pickett. Do we say good day to John? Anyway, let's say
No, we
good day to
didn't.
John. G'day, John.
We're going up. We're going up. Sorry.
All right. You take over because otherwise we're just doubling up on stuff.
Oh, Seymour Bush is here.
Yeah.
We got Dennis here. You had me at Leica's.
Am I better
Justin's
now?
back. Well, it wasn't
yeah,
all the
but-
time. It was just occasionally that you would
Yeah.
crackle.
Damn. Oh well, we'll see what happens.
Where
Where did
are
we
we up
leave off? Have we spoke to Robert Varney yet? Hey, Robert. Early
Hey,
morning in New
Robert.
Jersey. Even your cock isn't awake yet. Oh,
Mhm.
well, that's okay. Greg Carrick in the house. Who else?
That happens when you reach a certain age. So it's
Philip.
fine.
Philip Johnson says, "Oh dear, I feel a Fuji overload is cometh." Yes, it
You know it, Philip.
probably is.
Yeah.
Neil Leach, good evening. David Leparati, good evening. Oh yeah, I've got to download your photos. If anyone has any more photos to send in, we've got tons tonight. So send them on in, Justin at luckystraps.com.au. We'll look at them at the end of the show. Got some very cool ones lined up for tonight.
I sent you some.
You sent me some? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll get that sorted. Lisa Leach, thanks for sending your images through. Good evening. She says, good evening, gentlemen. We're gentlemen. Maybe that's
Ooh.
because of our vests.
Maybe. I don't have one. That's why I feel left out. But
John Pickett, and finally, the one and only Seymour Bush.
hey, Seymour.
New camera I want.
Which one? We'll get to that.
Yeah, that's a good question. Which one?
Yep.
What's been going on? What have you guys been up to?
I don't know. Well, I haven't been shopping at the same store as you two boys, but Been getting out doing a bit of street.
The photographer store.
The photographer store.
Yeah, grapher.
Yeah,
Legit.
legit.
Genuine.
But yeah, no, bit of street photography.
Mm-hmm.
We're still doing renovations here. It's just goes on, and every time they peel back a layer of something, they find something new.
Mm-hmm. I must say,
like
Greg, the colours in the shoot from the shoot the other day were quite nice.
Oh, thanks, man.
Disappointing to say, but they were not.
What does that mean? Disappointing to say.
It's a bitter pill for him to swallow to admit that
Yeah.
Fujifilm colors are exceptional.
Oh, I said nice.
Well, I heard exceptional.
definitely.
What did everyone in the chat hear? I heard exceptional. Bruce, Dennis, help a brother out here. You heard exceptional, right? We got a big show tonight. Lots of news.
Dennis says
Yeah,
still scratchy.
Yeah, but that was from before. I might be
Oh,
better
was it?
now. How do I sound to you guys?
Oh, you sound full.
Adorable.
Perfect.
What have you been up to, Jim?
Crazy. Shooting, editing. I haven't stopped actually. It's been manic lately.
What sort of shoots, other than our moto shoot? What sort of shoots?
I had headshots the other day for a real estate agent where we shot, I don't know, like 30 stuff or something in a day.
Wow.
If this was a gun podcast, that would be terrible.
Yeah, horrible
Well,
outcome. Or
real
a good
estate
outcome.
agents.
Who knows? Yeah.
Someone was going to say.
Yeah.
30 headshots. I didn't realize it was
think
that
it was
many.
that many.
That's a decent
Yeah.
amount.
That's a decent office.
Yeah, it was a lot. And we haven't finished. We've got to go back for probably another day or another like half day.
Shots shit. So is
Sorry.
Nikon color. Sorry? What?
What?
Why are you going back? Because the first ones you realize you're going back with the Fujifilm, no doubt.
No, just because people are away and stuff. It's a lot of stuff to
yeah,
coordinate.
yeah.
So
That is a
we'll
lot.
go back and shoot a few more.
Cool.
That would make it tricky.
Mm.
That'd be
And then I had a
close.
wedding on the weekend too, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Was it a bit like a full day, like a big day?
Yeah, it's 10 hours, and then I stayed for like an extra hour.
He had his own place at the table, like a little name placard and everything.
Oh, so was it for a friend, or that's just how
No,
they rolled?
No. It's just
Oh,
how they
It's just-
rolled.
It's just how
I
they
got
roll.
an entree, a main, and dessert.
What?
Shut
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Did
that's
you get to
what-
give a speech? He wasn't giving a speech at this point.
Close to.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
entree main. What was the dessert?
Well, I got the three little tasting cakey things,
Mm.
but there was like an apple crumble, something with ice cream, which looked pretty good.
And what about the main? Did you go the chicken or the beef
I got the
or
chicken.
the vegan?
No, I got the chicken wrapped in prosciutto. So look, it was meat, and that's all I needed at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like when we used to both be there and he would make me swap the steak for the chicken every time. And he'd blame it on his lactose intolerance. It's got cream sauce on it. I can't have it. I have to have the
can't eat it.
steak.
Yeah, well.
I can't eat it. Next day he's
That's-
chugging a big M. I'm like, what?
No, that never happened. I can't drink milk.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe
I've seen you eat cheese.
Yeah, cheese is fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The rules all seem to change
Yeah.
around a little bit depending on what's
Yeah,
happening.
they do. All right. Should we what have you been up to, Justin?
What have I been up to? Look, nothing super exciting. I've been just recovering from a couple of big weeks and just trying to catch back up on stuff. So, trying to make the podcast go. Speaking of which, look at Elena. She's upset. She says, speaking of headshots, why don't photographers often update their own? And that's a good question. I don't know when the last time I had a new photo taken was for photographic purposes, but yeah, we should all do that for each other regularly.
I think while Glenn Lavender's in the chat, we should point out that the headshot that he sent us for his interview on this show was from about 20 years ago. Because then when I met him in person, I didn't recognize him at all.
Is this Glenn's dad? No.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you're right, Yelena. We are terrible. Like
We do.
the
Yeah.
headshots that we've taken or used for the thumbnails for the 10 years ago, he says,
10 years ago.
for the thumbnails, I really dislike mine, but I haven't bothered to take new ones and send them through.
Yeah,
So
we should try and update them because it's like my recommendation to any photographers if they get a chance to update a photo of you holding a camera is brilliant for other people to use to market you. If you're going to be on a podcast, we all want a shot of you with a camera because it helps tell the audience you're a photographer. So
I still use that photo you took of me at BFOP last year,
yeah,
holding a camera,
was a good
standing
one.
in a river.
I used the version that I recolored from black and white using AI.
Yeah,
I think it looks better than the original colors.
whatever.
It's how I process all my images now. I shoot them in color, convert them to black and white, then put them into AI to bring them back to color, and it just gives them that extra pop.
And I think the people can tell.
Yeah.
All right, should we get stuck into it?
Yeah, we should quickly go through some comments, and then what have I got going on here?
This sounds like
And
a lot
then,
of news and rumors.
It's mostly new camera news.
Yeah,
You-
it's just
you're
a lot of links,
obviously-
Jim.
You're obviously right up with it all, Jim. All the new cameras that have come out.
Yeah, I'm reading it now. That's as up as I
I was
am.
going to say we'll get you to lead off the news segment for us. Tell us about all the new cameras.
That's what we should do. That would be funny.
It would be funny. Whoops, sound's not working.
All right, there it is.
There it is. Let me get to the YouTube comments first because there was only a few this week, but there were some good ones. Because, the YouTube is a growing.
Bruce says he hates photos of him holding cameras because it feels really cliche.
We need them. It doesn't matter. It's not,
Yep.
it's a podcast. It's not a, an art project. It doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
allowed to be cliche. Okay. Let's start back
What do we
here.
got?
6 days ago. Dennis Smith. Loved watching this back. Great images, Greg. And the term cock and cocks have never been in a sentence with me in it before. Yay. Never?
We did use it a lot, I must say.
Yeah. That was on last week's random show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dennis. At the Gaz 9, 3 days ago.
Gaz.
The camera life. Oh, no, I have to start here. So this was from our episode with Louise Sedgman, The Art of Equine Photography, where we spoke about way more stuff than just equine photography. If you haven't listened to that episode yet, definitely worth a listen. We basically, Louise gave us a blueprint for a profitable Christmas Santa photography business, high volume, walked through every step of it. We come up with ideas for mobile pet photography studios. We did talk about equine photography. What else did we talk about, Greg?
Everything.
Everything. I can't even
She's a
remember.
very
There's
holistic
tons of stuff.
person. So there was she's got her photo creative, which is a workshop arm. She's
That's
got
right.
the Drew and Santa photos. She's got
She's
the
doing
equine and dogs.
overseas workshops.
Yeah, for the first
Two
time.
of them for the first time. She doesn't have a passport. She's already sold out 2 overseas workshops. She will have a passport. It's in the works.
Yeah.
But the workshops they're like workshops / tours. They sound like an experience in where's she going to? Starts with M. Morocco. I was going to say Madagascar.
Close.
So do you want to do a Santa workshop this year, Justin? A
Santa. I think we would need Greg to be Santa. And we would
I'll
have
do
to, we'd have
I've
to
done
hit
it
the
before.
button on that right now. But if we had a space to do it in,
We can get a space.
because you'd want to do it in a space the way that she talked about, like inside controlled light, very fast, like one and done photo kind of setup, not like mini sessions.
No.
which is a whole different thing. The mini session things is awesome, but it's a different offering from what she was doing. Anyway, go back and listen to that. Very cool. But this comment from the Gaz9 was sad face, no reggae rhythm. And yes, we did. I used the original intro song for that episode, and I wanted to see if anyone missed our new AI song, and they did. And
Gaz
so
did.
you noticed.
Good on you, Gaz.
And Gaz says, it's actually a good tune. Speaking as someone from that part of the world, worried about the music industry right now. Yeah, sorry that we're contributing to that. On last week's show, David Mascaro says B-Fob looks like a blast. I'm sure he meant B-Fob, and it was a blast.
It was. It was crazy.
Had a little heart. And, what's this one? Louise Sedgman. The music comment at Nikki C. Martin 3 days ago. It hasn't even started yet, and you've made my day watching you three swaying to the elevator music. Yeah, intros are a bit weird for YouTube.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
We love it.
And finally, on a short that I made, is the Nikon Z8 actually worse than the Z7 II? That was from our episode, a short from our episode with Ben Mays.
Ben Mays, yeah.
Because he prefers the Z7 II to the Z8 for his landscape photography. And this short is about why it is better for certain things. And I don't understand this comment. Z7 II got 2x6 X-speed motors. Is that slower than the Z5 II? I'm not sure, John Mulder. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe someone that's tried the Z7 II and the Z5 II, is the autofocus slower on one or the other, or are they very similar? I'm not sure.
And the other amazing thing about Louise is that she's only just gotten a Z8. She's been shooting DSLR this whole time.
She has.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, she's a holdout, a DSLR holdout. She's been shooting on the D5, just killing it on the big camera.
Yeah.
So
Very good thing.
Very interesting.
I've got to unplug my big lacy hard drive. It's making a weird noise. You guys might even be able to hear it. It's like buzzing.
No.
That's better. Come on, camera.
As the focus.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. All right, let's talk about some new cameras, shall we?
Okay. All right. Righto, Jim. What's been released this week?
Which camera brand do you want to start with? I've
with
got all the
Fujifilm.
scoops. The Fujifilm.
Let's talk about Fujifilm, Greg. What's going on there?
Well, so Fujifilm, look, this has been long rumored, and it's something that I don't understand. Maybe other Fuji shooters, Greg Carrick, help a brother out. Let me know what you think. But basically, Fujifilm, back in the day, the XT series was their flagship model. So it started with the XT1, which came out after the X Pro 1, went up to 2, 3, 4, and 5 is the current flagship photography Fujifilm X series APS-C camera. But then a little while ago, they started releasing kind of entry-level versions of the XT series. So for the XT1, they released an XT10. For the 2, the 20. For the 3, the 30. They skipped the 4. So they went from a 3 to a 3 Mark II. XT-30 to an XT-30 Mark II. And then they launched the XT-50, which was so close to being flagship quality that it was almost the same price as the XT5 flagship cameras. Everyone keeping up?
In Australia, it was the same price for a little while because where it was, they were literally the same price, and everyone was like, "Which one do I buy?"
Yeah, well, you go for the better one anyway.
So you're up to the XT50. We went 30, 32, 50.
50. So then Fujifilm, it's been rumored for a while on the rumored sites, and I'd heard some rumblings around the place that they were bringing out another entry-level XT, which was going to be the XT30 Mark III, which makes no sense to me. So they completely jumped the XT40, went to an XT50. Now they're backtracking to an XT30 Mark III. And I don't know of many other brands that sort of backtrack like that with their naming. I know it's just a naming convention and it really shouldn't matter, but it's confusing for people that are looking at investing in the brand. Should I get an XT30 Mark III over, say, an XT50? Or should I go to whichever camera I go to? So it's really quite confusing, and obviously I love Fujifilm. Obviously. But it just baffles me sometimes when these sort of things come about, that it just doesn't make sense to me.
Forgive me, Greg, because I know nothing. But
I forgive you a long time ago, Jim.
Smartest thing you've ever seen.
Is like the XT30 similar to an XT3, and then is the 5 similar to the 50, or are they? Yeah. The comparable differences are like a Z8 would be, and then if you had a D850, they're a similar sensor.
Yeah.
What are the differences between the XT33, which I like to call the XT33, and the XT50?
So the XT50 has an X-Trans 5. It's the latest processor. It has a 40 megapixel sensor, and I'm pretty sure it's also got IBIS. The XT30 is sticking with the 26 megapixel sensor.
The XT33.
XT33.
Is that what the XT3 had?
They've stuck with this 26, like Gen 3 sensor.
Right.
And so I think that's what they're doing. It's like, we've still got this sensor. We can't go to an XT40 because really we should bump up the sensor specs. So let's just keep it at the 26 megapixel foot. Like, it's a great sensor. It's been in a lot of cameras.
Sounds like it makes sense then.
Oh,
yeah, but the naming conventions don't.
Yeah, like they skipped the 40 and went straight to the 50.
And it's a series.
What's a 40 got? Like, sorry, what's an XT4? Where does that sit in between the 26 and the 40? Is it like in the middle somewhere?
The XT4, I think it's still at 26. I don't think it jumped to the 40.
It doesn't make sense.
Might be wrong on that one.
No
but maybe
sense.
they're selling, they've built the XT30 name. So like, let's just keep running that.
I think that makes the most sense, Jim. I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I think that people find that the XT30 series is excellent for entry level. And so they're going, well, people recognize this. They've had a lot of sales of the XT30 Mark 1 and 2. And it's like, well, let's keep the rhythm going. Let's entice people to actually step up a little bit. But the problem is that the jump from the XT30 Mark 2 to the XT30 Mark 3 is very minimal. You get some sensor improvements, you get some more film sims, but mostly you're still kind of running with the same kit. So it's a generational refresh, I guess.
XT30, Rick Nelson says XT33 is placed between the XM5 and the X50, weirdly. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, XT50.
Yeah.
So
yeah, most definitely.
That's where it just doesn't fit the naming conventions at all.
Yeah.
So it's XT5 is the flagship kind of this product, of this product line.
This range,
essentially the DSLR style looking, what do you call that shape? Not rangefinder style, the other style.
Oh, well, it's got like the mirror box that
the
really
prism.
is a mirror box.
Yeah. So that style body, there's the XT5 flagship, soon to be replaced probably. XT50, almost the same price as the XT5, hard to know why to buy it.
So the XT5 has dual card slots and weather sealing. The XT50 doesn't have those things, but there's very little else different.
Yeah. Then you drop down to the new XT33 that doesn't fit in at all, and then you drop down to the XM5 that has no. When I say doesn't fit in with its
own conventions.
Its naming conventions, not its specs or whatever. Its specs probably fit in just nicely, and then the XM5 goes to no viewfinder.
The XM5, no viewfinder.
No viewfinder, and the XM5 is kind of below both the XE5 that you have and the XT33. It kind of, both of those drop into that one model, no viewfinder XM5. Is that right?
Give or take, yeah.
We need to build a Fujifilm family tree for them, maybe.
I think
or
we do.
like one of those, we've got our vest on, one of those detective show with the red string connecting all the different dots, and we're like, we figured it out. This is how Fujifilm will name their future cameras.
So the XM5 doesn't have the viewfinder. It's got a screen, and it's got the screen that it's video centric. Basically a vlogging camera. It's got the screen that sort of folds out, horizontally on a vertical axis. And that's why I didn't like it, because it doubles the footprint of the camera when you're taking shots, right, from the screen. But it has the exact same sensor and processor as this new XT30 Mark III. It's $100 cheaper, give or take. Oh no, that's US dollars. So it's about $150 cheaper, the XM5.
It seems very this little product segment that they've got, that 1500, basically everything above the X half.
Yeah.
If you lop off the X half at one end and just slide that away, and then you lop off the X Pro at the other end and slide that away, they've got a very tight range of products in that like $1,000 price gap in between those two cameras, from 1,500 to what sort of sells as 2,500 Australian dollars, but they probably retail closer to 3. There's a lot of models in that area.
It's really dense, and I believe it is dense, and I reckon the reason why they're doing it is that there's different markets that take up different products. So we know that the XM5 and the X half have actually proven to be quite popular, which surprised me.
There's a lot of X halves for sale on.
There is a lot for sale, but in Asia they're really popular. So especially with youth markets, and the same with the XM5. It's small, it's portable, it's a vlogging camera. What does it shoot? Like 6.2K, granted with a slight crop, but it's a handy and it's a portable camera. It's tiny.
I use that same excuse about the podcast when people ask about our numbers on YouTube. I say, yeah, but we're really popular in Asia.
Yeah, I say that. With the youth. With the youth. Yeah. But it's true. There are market segments, and Fujifilm is trying to eke out every little market segment that Canon and Nikon currently aren't dominating. They're trying to like pinch a little bit of market share here and there, or enter new markets like China that traditionally didn't have this sort of retail experience. It's only in the last sort of probably 10 years that they've really taken off in that space.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I think what Jim said is probably the most accurate reason why they've stuck with the XT-30
nailing
branding.
it,
Jim. He's got that photographer thing on. Right. He must know what he's talking about. But look, at the end of the day, it's another great camera. It's affordable. It's 1,700 Australia for the body only. It does come with a kit lens, but I would say don't get the kit lens.
Yeah, you would say get a nice little pancake of some sort.
Just get the 27 or the 23 pancake. Yeah, they're just they're good. You don't have to muck around with poor quality lenses. But yeah,
just quickly before I lose this comment from Glyn before, you probably won't mention it in the new gear section, but the Tamron 25 to 200, 2.8 to 5.6 just arrived, and it's a nice piece of kit. We will mention it because it's on our list, because we're professionals and we go over all the news. But when we get to that section soon, Glenn, you should call it in and tell us all about it. Call in on the live call and give us a little heads up. But not yet. Yeah. Not yet. We'll tell you when. Soon.
Because Glenn's a Tamron man now.
He is. He always has been. But now he's a Sony man.
Oh, that's right. Sony,
he can actually use mirrorless Tamron lenses because he was stuck with the like DSLR style stuff on, because so anyway, because Canon didn't do Tamron. Long story. I'm sure he could tell us, but Sony man. Greg Carrick says stock clearance. They've got too many 26 megapixel sensors.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of them.
But,
yeah, it's true. They could have overproduced. Yeah.
John Pickett, what about the difference between the XT-33 and the XE5? Is it just viewfinder location? You're right. Fuji is quite confusing for non-Fuji users.
Can be, yeah. There's a lot of models,
Yeah. So the difference between the XT-33 and the XE5 is more than that. The XE5 has the bigger megapixel
40
sensor.
megapixel X processor 5. And IBIS.
So the XE5 is closer to the XT50, somewhere between the XT50 and the XT5.
It sits in that
range finder viewing viewfinder location, smaller body, smaller grip.
And I've been out shooting with the XE5 a lot recently, and obviously I took it to BFOP and used it there, and I've been nothing but impressed with this little camera. It's really surprising me. And it just creates that joy of photography. It's like running around with a, I know when you get a new camera, it's always exciting at the start, but it's really elevated my energy and what I'm actually doing when it comes to making images. So that's always a good thing. But yeah, so the XT-30 only has a 26 megapixel sensor, no IBIS, same processor pretty much. And it does all the usual Fujifilm simulations. And the new one has, this XT-30 Mark III also has the new film simulation dial that they first started with the XM5. And then they put it on the XE5, and now they've put it on this one. So entry to enthusiast level, they're really flogging that film sim dial because it is a selling point for Fujifilm. And they should lean into and celebrate their color science because it's what saved them from going bankrupt when film died. They flipped all their factories from producing chemicals for film to making chemicals for cosmetics, and they already had the color science worked out, and that's how they survived.
Wait till they come out with a film dial for people's faces. They can just change their makeup with the dial. What was
they already put out shoes.
That's right. They did. Rick Nelson says, I was told the XT-33 is for 20 to 35-year-olds. I was told it was for 33-year-olds.
No, but I'd agree. It's for entry level, basically. It's like a bridging camera. It's to get people off their phones into the Fujifilm ecosystem, and then they start looking at things like lenses and better bodies and
Good on them. Dennis says they should remove the LCD viewfinder and add a rangefinder. Then all the people that will never own a Leica complaining about the lack of viewfinder will have something to buy. I'm looking forward to what you have to say about the Leica, the Leica that they just released, Dennis. Sounds like you've been reading the comments.
But it does have a Leica look, the XE5. Like it's got that rangefinder styling. So I've had someone ask me if that, well, I could just put a little red sticker, couldn't I? But why would I ruin it?
Okay. What else about the Fujifilm launch? Anything else exciting from Fujifilm?
Well, they announced a new kit lens, which is an XC instead of an XF. So all of the Fujinon lenses start with an XF, like XF 27mm f2.8. This is an XC. So this is their cheap.
I should have. Whoops.
It has a plastic lens mount. So it doesn't have a metal lens mount. It's still got the connectors and everything, but the core mount is actually plastic.
3 colors in the XT-30?
Yeah.
3?
Yep.
XT-33?
So the XT-13 to 33mm f3.5 to 6.3, and it has OIS, surprisingly. For such a little cheap lens, it's surprising that they put optical image stabilization on, but they did, which is great.
Looks pretty small because they've used it in all the marketing shots, obviously, because it's like a co-release. It looks pretty small, pretty compact.
Yeah. So what they're offering people is a really great little, a first photography kit. So what's that? 13? What does that work out to be? Like a 20 to, I can't do the math. 20 to 50, almost.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a pop-up flash.
20 to 50 is a pretty good one for 33. Yeah.
For travel, for just general stuff. It's wide enough for vlogging. So
for
if you're
vlogging, that's what I was going to say. That 20mm just gets it to that point where you can sort of selfie back at yourself.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's another entry in the, and we're still waiting for an X Pro. I think that'll be next year. I think they really need to bring that out now. People have waited long enough.
Yeah, they're ready.
They're ready. I mean, that was before COVID.
Greg Carrick says, don't they have a new big Instax? Do they have a new big Instax?
I don't know. They just released, I think they just announced a new Lee Play, which is the one that we talked about last week, where you can, when you take, it's a digital hybrid Instax. So it saves photos and you can print from your phone to it and all that sort of stuff. Or from your Fujifilm camera, you can print directly to any of the Instax cameras. There's like a setting in the menu of the camera. The new one, it actually, when you take a photo, you can set it to record a sound. And then what it does is it uploads the sound to something like to a server. And when you print out your Instax print, it has a QR code in the corner. And so you can give them their print. And maybe this is something Dennis can do in the future. You give them their print. It's got a QR code. When they scan the QR code, it brings up and plays associated audio. So you can record little sound bites to go with it, Yeah.
Interesting. Well, so that is the one. So that's the newest one, the one we talked about last week. Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. Yeah, I can't see anything else new from them.
But just quickly, in terms of prices for the XT-30 Mark III, what do we got? Camera House have got it for $1,700. That's in Australia, without the kit lens. So $1,679. And with the kit lens, have I got that price, or have I put the body only in both links? Yeah, I stuffed that up. It's about an extra $200. $250.
Yeah,
no one's going to buy it.
Don't get the kit lens.
Don't get the kit lens. Do yourself a favor. Get yourself a little pancake or an f2 prime, or go third party. Like there's so many lenses for. Or just ask Greg Carrick. He's probably bound to have some spare cinema lenses you can pop on there, or projection lenses or something.
Yeah. Big old brass looking thing to hang off the front of it. Okay. What next? Should we talk about the Leica next?
I think we should.
Okay.
I think we should. So Leica have released, and if you're on social media and look at anything photography related in the last 48 hours, you will have been flooded with Leica advertising and Leica, co pages.
Haven't seen
but they've shut up. You need to be looking.
Jim's algorithm doesn't have Leica stuff on it.
Yeah. So the Leica M EV1, it's the first Leica M with an electronic viewfinder. They've removed the optical pass-through that you traditionally see in that image on the right-hand side. Basically, they've created an XE5 that costs 4 times as much.
And doesn't have autofocus.
It doesn't have autofocus or, any of the good bits.
Nice try, Greg, but it is a full frame. The XE5 is clearly cropped.
Whatever.
But other than that, yeah, it's an interesting camera. So if you're familiar with Leica's product range, it's essentially an M11 body, and they've taken the rangefinder out of it and put the electronic viewfinder. I think it's the same electronic viewfinder as the Q3 series. And they've essentially wedged that in there. So, and I thought this was super weird, but I have seen a lot of people use the Visiflex electronic viewfinders that clip on top of Leicas for focusing, on top of the digital M series Leicas for focusing, because if they have eyesight issues, or if you're using wide angle lenses, really wide, or really telephoto lenses, it can be quite tricky to focus with Leica's traditional optical rangefinder system. So it has.
So there are some framing lines, but when you get that little thing you can put on the top, it opens up your options a bit more.
It does, but so it's essentially I've never touched this camera, I'll be honest, but I have. It's very similar to focusing with the Leica Q3 or the Q series. That's how this EV works, and manual focusing with it I don't like at all. Oh no, Dennis says he thinks there's a difference. He'll check. I think the refresh rate might be different to the Q3, but from what I can tell, it looks very similar in its form factor, size and stuff. They might have had to change some stuff to fit it into this body, but it looks very similar to the Q3. First thing I don't like, obviously they've in the M series have this like a red dot in the center, whereas the Q3, because it's a smaller body, it's got the red dot. Sorry, got a camera strap in the way, off to one side. Which that
wasn't product placement, by the way.
Which I think looks way better. Obviously, they wouldn't keep it traditional, but without the rangefinder thing, the window, it looks like a Cyclops. It
feels off balance.
Feels off balance. I don't like it.
Yep.
I don't like it.
And you don't like it. For 14,000 Australian dollars or $9.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Well, that's for body only. All right. So you can get from the Australian Leica store, you can get it with a 50mm Summicron M, which is what an F2 for $18,500.
So yeah, that's a bargain. Especially when you can get a Q3 for 10 grand. Like Dennis says, the key difference is the refresh rate. Q3 has a 120 hertz option, whereas the M EV1 is only a 60 hertz option. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the difference is it's a worse viewfinder than the Q3.
For $9,000, you're stepping back.
You would really want to shoot with a variety of lenses and not, because if you had any interest in shooting either a 28 or 43mm lens, the Q3 seems like a far better option.
Yeah,
you could buy 2 of them almost instead of this and a lens.
So much money.
But it is an M, and there are a lot of people that shoot with M's that were putting Visiflexes on them, and this will be exactly what they've been looking for. But it's just so weird that the M series is the rangefinder series, and now they aren't a rangefinder. This isn't a rangefinder. No. And I think, so I've made some notes because I watched a lot of videos on this today, trying to figure out exactly.
Big day for you.
Massive day. Hey, someone's got to do the hard work. What did you guys do? Okay. So it is essentially an M11. It's got the same, everything is an M11, 64 gig internal storage. It's got, obviously same sensor and all that sort of stuff, and the body feels the same. What is it, like
60 megapixel?
60 megapixel, yeah, same as the M11 and as the Q3, same sensor, all that stuff's the same. But why didn't they call it the M11 EV? We've got an M11P, an M11D, we've got the M11 monochrome. Why isn't this the M11 EV?
Well, they've taken the 11 out of it. I think
Why?
I think they're trying to separate it because, like you said, it's not a rangefinder. So they're trying to gently separate it from the rest of the M11 range. It's still an M body, right? It's an M body. It's got M workings, M internals, M color.
It's the M11 it's the M11 sensor. Like the M10 is a different sensor to the M11. It's
but like you said yourself, they've got that sensor in the Q3. That doesn't make it an M.
Exactly. That's why it's called a Q3.
Yeah. Well, they haven't called this an M11, have they?
That's what I'm saying. That's a very
I don't know what you're saying
choice.
You're confused why it's got the M there.
Why
is that what you're saying? Like it?
No. I think because obviously they wanted, this is an M and they want to sell it at M prices, and so they had to call it an M. But the thing is, it is absolutely part of the M11 series of cameras.
Yep.
It is that family. It's like this stupid XT-33, same kind of issue. It's like naming conventions don't make any sense. It's an M11. It is an M11, just like the M11 with no screen on the back is still an M11.
Yep.
And so they should have just called it the M11 EV. And I'm wondering, is it just because this is going to be around longer? So when the M12 comes out, this will still be a current body or something, and they didn't want it to be an outdated name because it's going to be released too close to when the M12 comes out or something. Or like,
well, then they can just start rolling them out. The EV2, the EV3, like
that's right. Yeah. But why wouldn't you just call it the M11 EV? So everyone.
Yeah, I don't know why they dropped the 11. I think they're just gently distancing it enough from the M11 range without actually saying it's not an M11. That's my view.
You know what else is interesting? It's cheaper. It's cheaper than an M11.
Yeah.
By a couple of grand.
Like an M.
It's a bargain.
Maybe the person that works at Fujifilm also works at Leica in the name.
It's just one person who does it.
And they're just like, I don't know. They just write things down.
So here are some of my other notes. It looks weird. It's got a very slow startup time, close to 2 seconds, which is the same as the M11, which is insane. But the difference is the M11 has almost 3 times the battery life. And even if you do turn it off, if you switch it on and it's still starting up with an M11, because it's a mechanical rangefinder and optical viewfinder, you can start focusing and composing while the camera's like booting up. So you could essentially be like getting your frame ready when you switch the camera on. This, you can't see anything. So you have to wait 2 seconds for this thing to turn on.
But doesn't it play like a fancy graphic when you turn it on, or is that just the first time you turn it on?
It does. No, it does. It can show you.
I saw that on a video today.
I think
I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't need advertising when I'm about to compose a shot in a hurry. Like it just feels like
the thing is, Greg, it's not putting the graphic up instead of just booting up straight away. It's putting the graphic up because it's booting up and it needs to display something. It's stall. It's like stall. Give me a minute.
There's no excuse for that these days. That's dumb.
Dennis says it does. It reminds you how cool you are. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it should just say. You are
14 grand.
It should just come with a bottle of Sorbolene and a box of tissues this stage.
And yeah, so apparently the rangefinder component is super expensive. That would make sense. That's why it's a couple of $1,000 cheaper, even though it's got an electronic viewfinder in it.
The black paint edition is $15,200. The monochrome is almost $16,800. That's crazy. So it's actually quite cheap in comparison. That's Australian prices. It's quite a lot less, isn't it? Or we can get glossy black paint for $16,000.
How much more? Are you saying it costs $2,000 to get glossy paint?
Yeah, so you can get an M11 in glossy black.
Oh, M11.
Yeah, sorry, 15.9.
So yeah, that's the M. Yeah. So and that's just the difference of it being a rangefinder instead of electronic viewfinder. So the biggest thing I wanted to say is focusing with the electronic viewfinder for me on the Q3 is not a fun experience, and it's the thing that I really like shooting with the Q3. And I've almost wanted to try, or I do want to try, but I don't want to pay for it, an M11. Because I've focused with it a few times, but I've never spent time with it. But when people have let me play with their M11, that way that it focuses optically is so nice. It's just you can see the whole frame. you can see what's outside your frame a little bit around the frame line, and you just focus where the patch is, and you know it's in focus. Whereas this, with the Q3, which will be exactly the same as the way the M EV1 works, when you're manual focusing, your options are it either zooms in to the center of the frame, so you can't see what you're composing as a photo while you're like finagling the focus manually. And then once you stop focusing, it pops back out into full focus, and it's very slow, because essentially what you do is you lift the camera to your eye, you find your frame, then you focus. You can't see what you're doing because you're focusing on a zoomed in bit of the thing. Then it goes back to the full frame again, and then you take your photo. And it's just a very slow and clunky process. The other way of doing it, it's very slow. The other way of doing it, not zoomed in, is, do it not zoomed in, use focus peaking. And I've never had much luck with that, unless it's like, when I have manual focus with this, it's usually like f5.6 when we were cruising around the US and I was taking more landscapey kind of photos. It was fine because I would just, anything at a distance was basically in focus. It was very easy. But if you were trying to shoot at f1.7, you were trying to shoot people and moving street photos and stuff, I just don't think it would be a very fun experience. But again,
but lots of people do it.
Lots of people do it. That's why they get those Visiflexes and stuff. So I don't know. There's obviously a massive market for it, especially with people with bad eyesight. A lot of Leica owners are in older age brackets, and that's just probably a thing that's required. So anyway, that's what I think.
Please tell me it has a diopter.
Yes. Yes, has a diopter. Apparently, it opens up a lot of options for telephoto lenses, like 90mm and over, and also a lot of options for wide angles that you just can't use. And also closer focusing, because the closest you can focus with a traditional rangefinder on the Leica system is, I think, 0.7 meters or 70 centimeters. This can obviously focus as close as the lens allows. Yeah. So,
regardless, having said all of that, it is a stunning piece of industrial design. Like, it's just flipping gorgeous.
I don't think so. It doesn't even have a flippy screen.
Oh, come on. Just appreciate the quality of the build is amazing, I think.
Craig Murphy says, "Oh, look over here, a startup graphic." Greg Carrick says, "When you're actually cool, you don't need to advertise it." Les Oki says, "Leica owners are in older age brackets due to affordability issues." Well, that is a true thing. It's like your average, it's only YouTubers that can afford Leicas when they're younger.
Yeah.
Are you a YouTuber?
We are. You are too, Jim.
Moving on.
We were recognized today as a top Australian podcast by someone who doesn't have many followers, but it was great. I got excited.
Famous. We're totally famous.
Good.
Front page, apparently.
Front page. Anyway. It wasn't even our podcast.
No,
should we? All right, we should talk briefly about before we get to the Tamron lens. I think we should talk briefly about the Ricoh GR IV, which isn't even out yet.
Yep.
But so he's teasing more.
Here's the news story. What?
Didn't we talk about this?
Now you're up to date.
There's more, Jim.
There's more, Jim. We talked about it last week. So the Ricoh GR IV has been getting a lot of headlines, especially here in Australia, because they've created the Ricoh GR space in Brisbane, which is in Queensland. I don't know why they chose Brisbane, but there it is. And no offense to Brisbane, it's just not, I would have thought Melbourne or Sydney. Anyway, whatever. So basically the Ricoh GR IV, it's not out yet. They've announced obviously that it's coming. There's some demo units. Good friend of ours, Jason Lau, who's been on the show a number of times on the podcast. He opened the GR space with special guest Chris Nichols from Petapixel, which was great. But Ricoh have just announced that they're developing 2 more GR4s. So this happened with previous models, particularly with the GR3. They released the standard GR3, then they released a couple of special editions. One was a street edition. It had sort of a blue finish. Then there was a diary edition, which was aimed at female photographers. And then they brought out the GR3 with the, what was it? Not the HSP, that's Halal Snack Pack. What's the what is it? HDF.
The HDF Snack Pack edition. Yes, the HDF.
It's very Brisbane. You pick up the camera at like a roadside food truck.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Halal Snack Pack edition came out. Then they released a monochrome one. Then they released a new lens because it's a fixed.
They
No,
didn't
with the
have
3.
They didn't have a monochrome 3, did they?
I thought they did.
Oh,
Anyway,
did
they had like 7 or 8 SKUs for the same camera, basically, and you couldn't get any of them. And my biggest argument when I was talking about this in news articles when I used to write for Shock Kit was the frustration that people can't get any of the SKUs. Why do they keep producing so many different SKUs that obviously require different manufacturing and shipping and boxing processes that are just going to delay getting a camera into people's hands? And it looks like they're doing it again. So with the GR4, they've announced the HDF version and a monochrome version
in development.
Yeah, so they are.
It's not clear whether because the 4's not even out yet.
No.
So it's not really clear. I don't know, unless you saw it in a different spot. Whether is the 4? Are they all going to get released together, or are they going to do the 4 and then the monochrome and then the HDF, or in some order like that? It's spaced out over.
Yeah,
time.
I think they'll space them out, which is what they did with the 3s. But I really hope that they just focus on getting enough 4s, in stock for people that actually, like last year, perpetually, and all of this year, trying to get a 3 because I was interested. I was looking at them, and they were always out of stock. They were always special order from retailers,
and they're an old camera, and they were still out of stock, which is insane.
They're really popular. But compacts have taken off again.
I'm almost 99% sure. Someone tell me if I'm wrong. There was no monochrome edition in the GR, and that's why I think if it's a proper monochrome, that's going to be a massive seller. Yeah, because all of Leica's monochrome stuff has been huge sellers, but this is something you can slide into your pocket. Yeah. And hopefully, unless they do what everyone else is doing and it's $4,000 or something insane, hopefully I don't even know what they are now. They used to be like a $1,200 camera. Now they're like $2,000, I think.
Yeah. Let me have a look on.
I think the GR3 is like 1,700 Australian, depending on which edition it is and all that sort of stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me if a monochrome edition is like $2,000 Australian. But
so the GR3 X, which was the one with the 40 megapixel lens, that's 1,200 US.
Yeah. Bruce is interested. Bruce says I'd be interested in a monochrome version. Because I would struggle to want to commit to a $10,000 monochrome camera, but a point and shoot sort of style one, and if it does have significantly better black and white image quality than just doing your own conversion, I would be keen. Yeah.
No, they're great little cameras. And these things have been kicking around since the film days. Like the original GR was a film camera, a 35mm film camera, and it was, hugely popular in Japan as a street photography camera, and these have been too. So yeah, I mean, I hope it does well. I really do, because it will encourage other brands like, Fuji and Nikon and Sony and Canon and all of them to look at smaller, affordable compacts with high quality specs.
So it's very interesting, because if they know this is going to have a more built out product range with a monochrome, so that having these GR spaces around the world, they're obviously looking at really pushing hard into this line. So it's actually quite exciting. And as Dennis says, that would be amazing. Actually, I could get 9 for the price of a Q3.
You could, Den.
I can imagine you with 9, Dennis.
GR4 at the moment. Oh, the monochrome's listed on B&H. No pricing. Yeah, it's already up. It's under like, new item coming soon kind of thing. Let's see if they've also got the black and white, the monochrome. No, they don't. But the standard GR4 with the 28mm f2.8 lens is $1,500 US. So
wow. Yeah. So they've gone up.
They have gone up. Yeah.
They've gone up like everything else. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's American, don't forget. So everything going into America is a lot more expensive at the moment.
Oh, that's true. The tariffs might have changed that doesn't necessarily mean our price will be a direct conversion from that. That's a good point.
No. I've stopped doing that a long time ago because it just doesn't make any sense too. Let's see if DigiDirector got it. Ricoh GR, what did we say? The 4?
Don't list it, probably. They won't have it.
Yeah, they'll never have it. $2,000 flat. The standard GR4.
Yeah, right.
So it's it's pushing it up into that almost not quite, but the Fuji X100 price range and above.
Yeah, which I mean, has a lot less features than the X100, but it is an APS-C sensor, and it is a high quality camera. But there's definitely, although an X100 is actually, isn't it like 2,700?
Yeah,
so it's still there's still a decent, it's decent gap there. But the X100 has a lot more features for
2,800.
2,800. Okay, that's probably a reasonable difference.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we talk about the Tamron lens?
Let's talk about the Tamron lens. That popped up quite a bit when I was doing the research for tonight's news segment. So the Tamron have released a 25-200 f2.8 to 5.6.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
that's what's crazy.
That's really
2.8 at the wide lens. It's a shame they obviously just couldn't quite sneak that extra mil in there to make it a 24-200. Although 25-200 has a nice ring about it.
It does.
It does.
And it stands out as being different. It's not a 24 to whatever. It's a little bit different, It's kind of, it's a bit catchier, I think. But
maybe they did it for like SEO purposes. Oh, we got a phone call coming in. Let's see if the phone works. All right, hang on. Hold on, caller. Hang on. Can you hear us? No, not yet. We're trying. We're doing this. Give us a second. Why is this not working? Wait there. Don't leave. Okay. Hang on. Can you hear us? No? Hang on. Try now.
Hello, Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut.
Oh, we've got you.
Hello, Pizza Hut. Is this Pizza Hut?
Is this Peter?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
I'd like the $39.95 special, please.
Would you like the 25-200 special?
I'd like the $39.95, 2 pizzas, garlic bread, and a bottle of 1.25 litre fizzy drink of your choice.
Yeah, that'll be $89 because it's 2025.
I haven't got my glasses on. The 39 look like it's 89. Looks a bit like a 39.
Yeah, I think I've changed my mind. I'll just talk lenses instead, if that's okay.
That'd be great.
How are you, Glenn?
Hey guys, I'm well, thanks, guys.
Hang on.
Loving the show.
Now, hold on. Your phone's going a little bit in and out of sounding goodness. Just make sure you hold us nice and close to that beautiful voice of yours.
Well,
that's better.
The dulcet tones.
There it is. There it is.
The tones. If I go closer, I get even deeper.
Much better. Now, tell us about this lens.
What would you like to know?
Have you tested it?
Yeah, I've got one in my hands as we speak, which is a complete
lie because I left it in the other room. I meant to bring it in with me, but I left it. I've got one. I'm using it.
Yeah.
I picked it up on Saturday.
I run all my photo workshops out of Tamron Australia's headquarters, and they were very nice. You put me on the table there to pick up on the way out. So.
Oh, nice.
How heavy is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's light as it's no bigger or heavier than like a 28-75 Tamron.
Whoa! I just read it. It says it's 575 grams.
Yeah.
Weighs nothing.
And it's only 76 mil by 121 mil, so it's it's crazy small.
Yeah, when it's not zoomed in, so it extends obviously when you zoom out to 200, but when it's folded down in your bag, it's very compact.
All right. What about when does it go roughly? Have you figured out when it goes from like 2.8 and start to going up in maximum aperture or minimum aperture?
Unless no, I haven't.
Because I was the only time I've actually shot with it so far is at the workshop that I was running. So when I'm trying to look after clients, there's no time to really pay a lot of attention. And I only managed to take 3 or 4 photos quite quickly too. So I have sent you via email a photo taken with it though.
Oh,
just so you have an exclusive shot for the show. So look, I would imagine somewhere around about 50, it's dropping out to 3.5 to 4, and somewhere sort of 70 to 80 is probably 4.5, pushing 5, and then obviously up towards 200 it's 5.6. But even at 5.6, I've shot some stuff at 200, 5.6, and it's quite nice. For those who like the out of focus background stuff, it's quite pleasant.
Let me. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up right now. Here we go. Look at that.
Cool.
What a beautiful shot.
Can't argue with
Oh,
that.
I saw that on socials. Yep.
Yeah, actually, I think that's shot at 20. No, maybe about 50 actually. While I think about it,
Okay.
I forgot what it is. It's somewhere around about 50 mil. I was just demonstrating the how to use wider angle lenses. Getting close to your subject blocks out background.
Mhm.
So the objective of that shot was to eliminate the crappy alleyway behind the subject. Wider, closer is a good tip to do all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
DigiFrog would like to know, can it shoot in a cubicle?
Well, I think he means a toilet cubicle like we use it, right? And I've been known to use every lens in a toilet, so absolutely.
Perfect.
People have said my photos are shit for years, so that's just what I do.
It makes sense.
Very cool. All right. Is there anything else that we need to know about it before we let you go?
I just think, look, I would say, I mean, if we talk about quality, it seems nicely sharp, I would say. Its focus speed is extremely good. It's silent to my non-video brain. As a non-video user, I didn't hear any focus noise. So that's kind of pleasant as well. The weight was a hell of a surprise, just how small it is. So I think as a travel lens, I mean, I'm also shooting with the new 16 to 30 to 2.8. So it's f2.8 all the way through. I'm lying to you, but I've got so with the 16 to 30 and the 25 to 200, it's a pretty decent little all-round travel kit.
Yeah.
Two very small,
under a kilo, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So
and it's got good macro too. It's got 1 to 1.9, almost 1 to 2.
Yeah, apparently nice and close. So it's not something I do a lot of that stuff too hard for my low-level skills.
Well, Bruce Moyle says the macro would come in handy while you're in the cubicle, by the sounds of it.
Well, and a magnifying glass, but let's not go there. And a big magnifying glass too, as well. But yeah, so I would just say, if you are looking for something that's a great travel all-rounder, it's definitely worth into the basket of consideration. I know Sigma recently came out. I must, for those who don't know who I am, I am a Tamron Global Ambassador, so I am biased to some. I can be perceived as biased because I'm a Tamron Ambassador, but I always call things as it is. And if something's crap, so I've never been backwards in coming forwards that way. But Sigma themselves have also come out with, I think it's a 20 to 200 lens at almost the same time. But the big difference is it doesn't open up to 2.8.
No,
and I think that could be a nice little deciding factor for some as well. So, but I would say, if that's the type of thing you're in the market for, we're living in great times where we have options like we've never had before in the history of photography. So, happy times.
Yeah, what an insane lens.
It's Sony E-mount only at the moment, but you can only imagine that the Nikon and the Fuji are on the way as well. So,
what about Canon? When do you think we'll see it in the Canon mount, the RF mount? Soon?
2037.
Damn.
knowing the way Canon require every single individual lens that wants to be released for their brand to go through stupid rigorous testing, and they're very proprietary. So it's kind of tough. I think the Canon kind of bite themselves a bit on the bum by reducing how many people will buy their gear, by restricting how many lenses are available for it. People like options. People like choice.
Yeah. I think it was a smart strategy, but they might be running it a bit too long. Like I see why they did it in the early days, but I think it's getting to that point where people will maybe start making decisions based around this as time goes on. So, especially
when third-party brands keep bringing out lenses like this.
Exactly. If they don't bring out competitive lenses, they're going to
so much cheaper too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So got to give people options. Yeah, and then give people options. And then give people a reason to buy your stuff over other people's. Make your stuff that much better. Make your packaging better. Make your appeal better.
Yep.
Don't just exclude people because that's the only option you've got. Make yourself better.
That's right. Yeah, make your lenses a good proposition. Exactly. Very well said.
Like
Just
Almost.
with regards to pricing, the Tamron 25 to 200 millimeter, the new 2.8 to 5.6 is 1,700 Australian dollars, and then the Sigma, which, as you mentioned, Glenn, it's a little darker. It's a 3.5 to a 6.3, but it's almost the exact same weight and dimensions as this new Tamron, which is interesting.
I wonder who stole whose idea.
And this also has a 1 to 2 macro reproduction. It's very similar in a lot of ways. Lens assembly and everything.
Wow.
So, but yeah, look, like you said,
Similar prices. Similar prices, do we know? Or
I'm just going to have a quick squeeze for that, mate. What is that Sigma? What did I say? 1,700 for the Tamron.
Yeah.
20 to 200. 1,600 for the Sigma.
Okay.
So it's
So you
close.
think market forces may force themselves to be a little bit closer to each other at some point. So
Yeah.
yeah. I think the 2.8's nice. Yeah, it's only half a shutter speed difference, but that can make all the difference.
Well,
Yep.
especially
Who knows?
as a travel lens, if you glue this thing to your camera for travel, being able to walk around at night, shoot at 25 mil at 2.8, that's nice. That's you don't need to necessarily zoom in a lot at nighttime. I don't find it's just nice to be able to take in a bit of an evening scene when the light gets low and let plenty of light in.
Mm-hmm.
Very romantic idea.
Nice color reproduction and nice just overall vibe, nice feel from the lens. So yeah. And I always say to anyone who's looking at buying new lenses, take a memory card into a store and take both lenses out the front of the street and take photos and go home and decide which one you like the most. You know?
Yeah,
it's always a good way to trial stuff.
Yep.
Love it. All right, thank you, Glenn. We'll let you go. We've got it. Oh, sorry.
And the pizza will be here when? Sorry.
It should be there when Canon starts letting third-party RF mount lenses. So
I think it might be cold, but I'll go and wait by the door now just in case.
yeah, you did that.
Night, chaps.
Good night. Thank you.
All right, Glenn. He's good.
Brendan, yeah, he's a legend. Brendan Waits from Cameron Photo. Hey, that's a place where you could, if you want to get a price on this new Tamron lens, I'm sure you could give Brendan Waits at Cameron Photo down in Ocean Grove a call, and he would find out what the very best price possible is, which is, whatever it should be. He says, I've quickly become a fan of Tamron lenses since recently going back to Nikon full frame. Nice.
Yeah, and I like Rick's comment just before Brendan's.
So exactly. So instead of doing what Canon does, do what Sony does. They let anyone make E-mount. Well, probably not anyone, but they let
pretty much,
Tamron and Sigma and whoever else make E-mount lenses. But the G Master 2 lenses are spectacular, and people pay the money for them because they want them. So it works. Hit him up, Brendan Waits, Cameron Photo, Ocean Grove.
Yeah. And I think it also means that brands like Sony don't have to spend as much time working on entry-level lenses or mid-range lenses. They've got them, but it's not like they feel compelled to fill out the whole lens lineup, because there's a lot of third-party options. And so let's just go with the premium product at the top end. With the G Master lenses.
The G.
Yeah, the G.
The big G. Is there anything else? Oh, there's one more, because we really probably got to get to some images, because I've got a ton of images from people to share. Plus, we'll quickly have a look at Jim and my images from the CFMoto shoot that we did, and we'll look at Greg's street images. So
I'll give you a couple of quick headlines.
Yeah,
I'll give you a rapid fire. Canon rumors have updated the EOS R6 Mark III latest specifications. There's also an RF45 f1.2 lens coming, apparently. Canon has revealed that of the RF and EF lens production is exceeded 170 million units produced since the start of the EF mount, which is huge. That's significant numbers. It's a lot of lenses, a lot of glass.
Yep.
Canon PowerShot users of the V1 have been advised in the States to take their cameras in and get them serviced because there's some sort of issue with some firmware that can't be done via a traditional firmware update. So if you're in the US and you're a PowerShot V1 user, contact Canon. Nikon news, the Nikon ZR camera, which is the new kind of an entry-level cine camera, it will get Apple ProRes 422 LT in a future firmware update. I don't know what that means, but it sounds really fancy.
I was just about to ask if you were excited about that or not.
Don't ask me anything about that. It's like, no, I think the LT is a good option.
I prefer. Anyway, no, go on. Keep rolling.
Last little bit of Nikon news. TT Artisans announced a new AF23 1.8 APS-C lens for Z mount at $127. Who can say no? From film photography, Lomography have launched a new 35mm film camera for $550.
Which so $799 Australian. Hang on.
So it's a Lomo MCA. It's a 35mm film camera. Lots of people are doing this at the moment. Even Jeff Bridges, famous American actor.
Oh, geez, you make me jump around. Hang on, I got that one too. There we go.
Well, I told you it's quick fire. So he's working with a company to recreate the wide lux. He's a huge photographer. He's been taking photos on film sets with a wide like a wide lux format for years.
Jim, have you seen what the wide lux is?
No.
So it's a film camera. See this like turret thing. It shoots like a panorama shot, but instead of having to have a crazy lens design to be able to try and have a clean panorama, the lens and shutter is one rotating thing. So when you press the shutter, it does this. And it like projects the image onto the film across the back of the camera as it rotates, and it rotates at the speed that the shutter is. Basically, I'm sure it's way more complicated than that, but it's my dumb version of it.
So we brought this up probably about 8-9 months ago, maybe even a year ago originally. So now it's at prototype stage, which is amazing, and they're forging ahead with it, which is wonderful.
This little Lomo camera it's pretty interesting, but because it's getting up there in price, so
it is.
which probably means that it's, I'm hoping, of pretty decent quality. I can't tell if it's like an all metal body or if it's metal and plastic or what the deal is, but
so it's available in silver and black.
A couple of colors. It's autofocus and manual focus. I don't know what that is, but
a red flash.
$7.99 Australian dollars and estimated shipping December. But I mean, it looks pretty cool. But this is where it's hard because people will buy that because it's safe and new. But you can probably, if you know film, there's probably a similar camera you could get cheaper secondhand. But then you take the risk of how well does it work and all that sort of stuff, what sort of condition it's in. But
so that's pretty much it from the news. I think I've covered everything. Canon, Nikon film. There's been a couple of photography awards, but we'll cover that another day if we get time.
Yeah, we'll jump on that
no big deal. Week. Let's look at everyone else's images.
Yeah, because we've got a lot of stuff. Bruce Wells saying, is that red eye reduction flash? I have no idea. It's a red dot to make it a budget M11. Could be that. Craig Murphy says a wide lux looks very cool. David Leporati paints the image onto the film. Yes. And the promo video is insanely cool of the wide lux, and the wide lux remake should be cool. Dennis says wide lux. Everyone's excited about the wide lux. No one's excited about the Lomo. That is that.
You could get one of them, Greg, to replace your Fuji.
What? Get a wide lux?
No,
the Lomo. Similar image quality, I've heard.
Whatever.
I
was just looking at your motorbike shots, Jim. They're really shit.
Let's bring them up. Let's bring them up for everyone to look at. Let's start with Jim. So
I like the first one. That is you. Bring that up. It's funny.
Okay.
Jesus, you're a dork. Come on.
I'm a dork. All right. I'm getting there. Just give one moment. Tell us about this shoot, Jim. What did we go and do?
So we got employed by another photographer to go and shoot the CFMoto Adventure Challenge Australia.
And there's Justin making sure they never get employed again.
So there was 80 riders.
The people
from
that saw me doing this had a good giggle.
Poor Jim. Sorry. Sorry, Jim. Go on.
Sorry, Jim.
Yeah, so there's 80 riders from 40 countries. So there's 4 riders per team.
20 countries.
20 countries.
Yeah, 80 riders from 20 countries, 4 per team.
Is that what I said?
You said 40 countries.
I said it a couple of times, so I probably stuffed it up.
It's close enough.
But yeah, so we shot the 2-day event, and there was, I think, 7 photographers, which was insane. So the first day was all challenges. So Justin and I were set on a challenge each.
There was almost one photographer per challenge, basically. There was some that was smaller, but essentially they had all these different things, and they assigned us to one challenge for the whole day.
And Justin's challenge sounded the worst, but it was probably one of the best.
I had a great time on my challenge. I'll show you.
I think you made it work. So
yeah, I'll explain it when we get to mine. But your challenge was riding around a course with some. We'll just have a look. Anyway, explaining this photo, Jim was going to be taking photos of them going through the starting arch, and I just wanted to make sure he had his frame set up correctly, his exposure and stuff. He's just still new, so it was helpful.
And he's shooting with
me
Nikon
to simulate a rider coming through, so that he could make sure that he wouldn't muck up his photos.
And just for some context, you guys went to this shoot. Well, Jim was already in Bendigo because he had the wedding, but you dropped me off at Seymour train station on the Monday after BFOP. You drove to Bendigo, dropped everything out of the van, which was everything that we basically had in terms of the Lucky Strap stuff.
Yep.
Repacked and jumped in, and off you went again.
In Jim's car, and then Jim drove us to Melbourne.
So Justin went straight home. I think packed a bag, came here, we unloaded the van, and then Yelena drove the van home, and we left straight from
Jim's house after we unpacked. I was home for 45 minutes. So it was a big, and then straight into this for a couple of days. But we did get, as you can see, hang on, wait, these amazing vests.
Photographer. Why would they do it like
They're
that?
very good. I don't know, but I love it so much, and it actually got pockets in it.
Yeah, I was looking on the photo.
Because photographers need a lot of accessories. And so I could put my filters in there like this, just pop that in. Or a lens, just need to carry an extra lens. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
They thought about it.
They thought about everything.
I didn't use any of the pockets, but
I did, because I actually had to go and get 2 lenses. So I'll tell you this about it. Everything of mine broke. My 24 to 105.
What?
It wouldn't focus correct. As I zoomed in, it was closing the aperture down, and I could tell the images were getting darker, but it was so weird. I still don't understand it. Got to send that to Canon. My R3 went through 2 batteries before lunchtime. It's never done that before. Super bizarre.
But you had battery problems. Didn't you have battery problems before Bright?
That was the R5 Mark II battery.
Oh, wow.
Super weird. Bruce says production vests are awesome. Yeah, they are awesome. Anyway, all right, let's have a look at some of Jim's photos.
I want one now.
The vest.
Yeah, but I wanted to say photographer properly.
No. I could say photographer.
Can't do it.
So tell us about your photos, Jim. What were you shooting with?
I was shooting with a Z mount 70-200 2.8 borrowed from Nikon.
You borrowed from Nikon at Ross. Nikon Ross ran it out to us as we were packing the van. He was like, "This is for Jim." I was like, "Thanks."
Thank you very much, Nikon.
Thank you, Nikon Ross.
Yeah, so I guess the riders ride around a little course, and you just hope that you kind of shoot as much as you can, but you sort of, there's different corners and points, and you hope that you catch the carnage that happened. You also don't know where they're going to fall off. If they're going to fall off, they're not. Some riders are really good, some are not so good. And
it was an interesting challenge because we obviously CFMoto, which is the brand that makes these bikes, they gave everyone these bikes to use during the challenge. These guys probably normally have their own bikes that are different brands, but for this race or challenge or whatever you want to call it, they gave everyone a brand new CFMoto 800 to ride.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they were all the same.
All the same.
Every
bikes.
bike was the same. Stock everything.
This was a content generating and word of mouth generating social media exercise, from what I can tell, and it's quite genius because now all these people are sharing all of the images and all of the footage with all their friends, but they're all riding this bike. And this is an underdog of a bike brand. Like, this is a Chinese bike brand, not known in the world of bikes for its the best brand in the world because it's newer and it's a Chinese bike brand, so it's a cheaper bike. So having all of these great riders on this bike and having their photos going out through all their networks of social media is going to boost the brand for sure, a lot more than if they were all on an already popular bike brand.
Yep.
You know, it'd be like if Fujifilm gave everyone a Fujifilm camera to use and then they got seen around the world and everyone would be like, oh, maybe they are okay.
Wow.
So, yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Because the riders were of varying calibers, some of them were really good and some of them weren't. So you'd set up for a shot expecting something to happen, and it just either that they wouldn't crash or that they weren't fast.
You were hoping for crashes.
Well, not necessarily, but like you'd hope that they'd do a big roost or they'd be going really fast, and some of them were just kind of not very exciting. So
the other thing is obviously they wanted good content, but there was also kind of this expectation, whether I put this on myself or not, was all of the riders were kind of expecting to get photos of themselves on every challenge. Yeah. So
they wanted the CFMoto.
So you couldn't just be experimental and aim to get, a handful of epic shots. That
just being artistic, that wasn't.
You needed to get you needed to get a shot of every rider, and you could try and push things a bit through the day to get more and more interesting shots like this that Jim got. This person doing a maneuver,
proper stack.
But yeah, the goal was everyone wants photos of themselves doing all of the stuff so that they can share them on social media
with branding and trying to.
Yeah.
So this was day 2 now. So day 2, we got put out in random spots in the bush.
We got lost.
We got sent to a private property that was supposed to be a road and it wasn't. So we had to find our own way to the points. I dropped Justin on top of a hill and then I had to drive back up this 4-wheel drive track.
We had two
both
video
Justin
guys
and I
with us
got 2 video guys. And Justin and I both got put in spots that if we had have probably recce'd it ourselves and chosen the spots, we probably wouldn't have chosen. Well, your spot was pretty good, but mine, I wouldn't have chosen there simply for the light direction.
The light was pretty rough.
Because I think when they
made good work of it.
Oh, that's cool.
These are great.
That's really cool.
So
I love that.
Yeah, the dust.
Yeah.
Whereas the light's rough for these panning shots.
So
they look amazing.
That shot's in there, and it's what I would call it a fail. So that's the Chinese team, it's the Chinese bike brand. Trying to get 2 riders. So these guys are just racing through the bush. There's no setup. This would have been like the shot had it have been sharp, which I got other shots sharp in this spot. But yeah, I left a fail in just to show you that sometimes we mess up. So none of the pans were sharp on these guys.
Yeah.
But that would have been the team to get with 2 riders in the shot was rare to get on where I was.
Yeah,
and
because they were coming through in dribs and drabs and kind of spread out. They weren't usually riding side by side on these fire trails. So
what would your settings have been for that sort of shot? The previous one, sorry, Jim. You said you struggled with the light and the panning. What were your settings roughly?
I can tell you. Do you remember, Jim?
Yeah, I've got it here.
Okay,
but you can tell.
Oh, I've got it here. Look at I bring it up on an overlay. I'm quite clever.
By the way, I'm currently Googling photography vests.
So Jim was shooting at a 60th of a second at f7.1 at ISO 64 because Nikon does the ISO 64 thing, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
60th.
Yep.
Which is anything lower than that, and you're going to really struggle to get anything sharp. And anything above that, because they were probably going quick, but not quick enough that you could get a really nice pan shot at like 125th or whatever. You know,
I shot some other ones at 100, and they were better. This was a bit slow, and the guy's lifting the front wheel. So
like this one. Let's see.
So if you zoom in on that, the CFMoto should be pretty sharp.
That was at a 60th.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Didn't
forget how to zoom on this. Let's see. Oh, there we go.
So the bike should be sharp.
Oh, not bad, Jimbo. Slight bit of it's actually really, really sharp.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's like crisp as.
At a 60, and they're going up a hill, like an off-road hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So and you're dealing with like you're panning it at an angle. You're kind of going across and up, aren't you?
Yeah, it was a steep hill, like where I was parked. I was like actually a bit worried about parking my car on there.
And it wasn't a smooth hill. It was like there was G outs every so often, and they're bouncing around, and like a washout, a drain
for that
you cut, like to stop the water. So the car would go through a big bottom out, and then you keep going up the hill.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, these are great.
So you're kind of like working with the dappled light, because it was super dappled.
Oh, here we go. Technical term. Spoon drains. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, spoon drain, washout, erosion bank, erosion jumps. Everyone calls them something different.
Sick jump. Then this is the finish line.
The end of day 2. We're back at the base.
Back at a 60th. Just get a little bit of motion there. And that was it. Does that give me your 200 mil? Nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Ooh, good job.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you're going to buy that lens?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
What was the lens, sorry?
7200 2.8.
Oh, that's the one you borrowed, yeah?
Yeah, the new Z mount one.
Zoom in on his eyes, Justin.
That's pretty cool that you got to borrow it and take it to the job straight away. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's awesome.
And that's already cropped that as well. I left it wide for CFMoto, so it had the banners on the right. Otherwise, you probably would crop it a lot tighter to get more of that face. If you're cropping it for personal.
All right. We'll quickly flip through some of mine.
Yeah, just quickly.
Where do we want to start? I'll have to go back and forth. Let's start here. This is Jim in his photographer vest.
Oh, the Flanny. What a surprise.
Do you have the group? Is the group photo in yours?
Yep. Yeah, I'll bring it up in a sec. This is the video rig that was there.
You told me about this.
How sick is that?
That is crazy. That's like
this was
sounded insane, didn't it?
Yeah, this is a Batman Mad Max video rig that had like 4 guys in it, just zooming around and just hooking this thing up and doing awesome jib shots and stuff, and then they just fang off somewhere else and they were having a good day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I had to get a photo of that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Bruce Moyle says it's a Russian arm. How do you know? Can you tell by the accent? Anyway, group photo. This was intense.
How many bikes did they bring?
Over 8. There's 80 riders. There's 80. They probably bought about 100 bikes.
Probably 100 bikes.
Wow. That looks incredible.
So they set up this group photo, and I put my hand up early in the piece and said, we can do the group photo because none of the other photographers really wanted to do it. So group photos are easy, we'll do it. And I said, the only thing is make sure the sun's behind them. It's all the only thing we ask. And we came there and they'd set it up and the sun was directly behind where Justin would have been in the photo, taking this exact photo. And they said, we really want the banner in it. Yeah. Got to have the banner in the shed.
Yeah. So we said, if the sun was out, which it was up until 60 seconds before this photo, I almost would have been casting a shadow onto their bikes. It would have been directly behind me.
Yeah.
And at the time they were like, no, we have to do it. And then when we got there in the morning, they said, and they could see how squinty everyone would be and how like they'd burn their eyes out.
Yeah.
They said, okay, we'll turn it around.
So in the lead up to this, we'd negotiated, okay, we can't have the banner in the background. Everyone's going to look terrible. We have to shoot it away from the banner and we'll just take some photos of the banner later, but it just won't look good. And then we finally convinced them that that's what we have to do. And they were like, yep, okay. And
full sun. It was 8:30 a.m. So sun was low and it was literally directly behind.
And they'd worded the MC guy up and stuff that this is how we're going to do it. And this is also, these guys are all getting ready to like race today. So they don't care about this photo. They're all ready to they got their gear on. They're like ready to go. They don't want to stand around. And then like just after this, they're like, all right, it's time we're going to do a group photo. But we've seen that this band of cloud is coming across and it was thick enough that it was going to cover the sun enough to be able to shoot it for enough time to shoot it in this direction. Yeah. And we're like, wait, we're going to change it around. We're going to get the shot that you want. And like this probably come together in what, 2 minutes?
2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone, like all their friends were in the front row of bikes, like trying to take photos. So I'm like talking to Justin or Justin's yelling to me and I'm kicking all the other people out of the photo.
Yeah, I'm on a ladder. I'm on the ladder just doing the easy bit, and Jim's running around trying to organize all of these guys. Push people in closer and make sure that the flags are at the back of the group and all that sort of stuff. And then, I'm sure it would have been less than 2 minutes before we had it done and dusted and ready for them to go.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. Quick. Well done, guys.
It was fun. So, that's
a crazy shot.
Hang on. Look, there he is. Judging me.
Yep. God, why haven't you taken the shot yet?
Yeah. So anyway, that was that. Dennis says, "Did you have walkie-talkies? That's all that really matters." We did not.
Not at that point of the day, but we did later.
We got them later when we didn't need them.
We got like earpieces. We looked like
I saw a photo with you with the earpieces.
Yeah, we had earpieces.
Now I want to look up one of those. Amazon.
Right. So my challenge, they weren't even allowed to turn the bike on. They had to push it up a hill as a team, a group of 4 of them, and then bring it down the hill through these rocks. As a team, they could have someone on the bike or not, but they couldn't start the bike. And that was it. That was the challenge. So
wow,
I got told
on paper it sounds horrible.
Yeah, I was like, okay. So my challenge is no riding, just pushing the bikes. But it meant that most of the time, hey Nick, what's up? Gosh, late to this. Motorbikes. Nick. Yeah, motorbikes. So what it meant was though, everyone else, Jim and all the other guys are shooting guys with their helmets on all day, whereas I had the opportunity to take shots of them with their helmets off while they're doing silly stuff.
Yeah,
like dropping their bikes in mud.
Wow.
With their helmets off, or having a laugh because the guy dropped his bike in the mud. And so this is basically what it was like half the times. Like they're just pushing and running through rocks and they got into it. They were going, going hard. I think the slowest team took 4 minutes. The fastest team took like 35 seconds. So the fastest team was like sprinting.
And it was like up an incline.
Guys. Yeah,
like
push it up an incline.
20 meters?
Yeah, a 200 kilo bike, up an incline, and then get it back through these rocks. Actually, this might not have been the fastest team, but they were up there.
That's a great shot.
But yeah, and getting the the afterwards because the dude fell over and they're happy because they got a good time and then luckily I was next to another track that had some water splashes. So when there was nothing happening on my one, I still got to take photos of people splashing, splish-sploshing, which is pretty fun. And then day 2, Jim dropped me up on this hill with these power lines and I would take photos of them on that and then run down the other side and get another shot of them coming through, and it was good. It was fun.
Mm-hmm. Very fun event.
And then we did the finish line as well, which was pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, good times.
Very cool, guys. Well done. What an interesting job.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a fun job to get. They're the sort of gigs, if you could do that every week as a job. I mean,
and same day
pretty fun.
Yeah, we had photos delivered within like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
There was an editor. Actually, that's how big it was. There was an editor there. And this is just a photo team. There was also a video team that had like 3 editors and like, yeah, crazy.
Well, they didn't muck around. Hey, this brand really wants in.
Yeah.
There's
going to be like a 30-minute doco coming out on it.
Oh, really?
They really went for it.
Oh, cool. I'll make sure you share it when it comes out.
We'll probably be in it.
We probably won't.
Probably not. We should keep moving right along because it's getting late.
Yeah, we should.
And I forgot to do this before, but I call this segment 21 Greg Street because Greg shared some images, some street images the other day, which I really like. Now, Greg, I just grabbed the ones I haven't got all of yours out of the folders that you sent. So this is a bit subjective. I just picked the ones that immediately grabbed my attention.
Yeah,
so
that's
this
cool.
is like my picks from your couple of shoots that you did last week.
That's presumptuous of you.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So I'll bring them up and you can tell us about them.
So all of these are shot on the new Fujifilm XE5, cha-ching,
Surprise,
$1.25 for Greg. And the I'm really loving once again the little pancake 27mm f2.8 that came out with the XE4, or the weather sealed version came out with the XE4. I'm just loving that 40mm field of view for some reason. It's just really grabbing me at the moment. So so earlier in the week I woke up and the light was beautiful and I just felt the need to get out and take photos. Like the light was really compelling. It was like, early morning, lots of deep shadows, and I really wanted to play with that and lean into that sort of that contrast. And so I walked down to my local train station. It's only 100 meters away, and jumped on a train to the city.
This photo feels, I know they're holding phones, but it feels like an 80s image. Like I think it might just be the guy's shirt tucked in kind of look. But it feels, other than the phone, it feels like an old image.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, like if you put a paper there or like a hill of sun or something, it would just feel right at home. Yep.
Yeah, it's a great shot. I like
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
So this was just on a train platform. I was just harassing people and making them feel awkward. I was trying to be very discreet.
Yeah, the way that he's highlighted, or both of them highlighted by light, but the way that he's highlighted, but his head is sort of poking into the black frame. I really like that shot. And the angle, I think the angle of his elbow and arm, and then this line of the shadow, it all kind of worked. And the way that his head's tilted at the same angle as the shadow.
So I'm standing sort of almost. Yeah, and I just because he was wearing a lot of black, so I just had him peeking through. But what first caught my eye, obviously the light was great, but then when I looked around and saw this shadow, this beautiful angular geometric shadow, I just went, I've got to do something with that. And so I kind of just slowly positioned myself until these guys were where I needed them to be in the frame. But yeah,
very nice.
Yeah.
All right. I just like this one.
I like this shot.
I like the colors with the color of your shoes.
The colors don't look as good on here as they looked when I saw it.
I edited them. No, I didn't. It's exactly.
No.
I don't know what's different.
The colors just pop. And I dropped a Fujifilm sim when I was editing. It looks
better on my normal screen.
Yeah, and it just really makes those colors pop. It's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah,
I think it's the nostalgic negative I used.
I think this is also a shot that I don't know. I don't know what I liked about this one. I think it's the girls. Like I'm like, what is she listening to?
Yeah, her eyes are closed and she's tilted her head up to the sun.
Yep.
And there's just this pause.
Whereas everyone else is looking down at their phones.
Yeah. Where she's
That's what I liked.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a photo of someone that's not on their phone these days.
Yeah, it's crazy in the city. It's just everyone. And sometimes that works, for capturing images because everyone's distracted as well and they don't see what you're doing.
But yeah, for some variety.
Yeah, you find someone without it.
It's nice when they don't have it. I like this one too. This guy just chilling, having a smoke.
Yeah, he's trying to find his lighter.
Yeah. Did you give him one?
Nah.
Did you get any shots with him like exhaling smoke?
Oh, it would have been cool with a dark.
The next shot that
background.
I took, he'd lit it and it sort of puffed out, but he was looking at me by then. And I didn't want him looking at me.
Yeah,
in the shot, so I just kind of
that's
walked
fair.
on. Yeah,
because
and that's the thing.
A
lot of
on that black.
Because of the black, it would have. There's a color photo a little bit further on where someone's had a vape and they're kind of exhaling it, but it's just time, and I'm moving too at the same time, you know.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just bringing up. I'm downloading more images. This one I went back and forth on a few times.
I don't know what it is about it. And you know what? When I went out this day, I had in my mind, oh God, his name has just left me. Fill the frame. Andrew Chapman.
Oh, yep.
I had his voice in my head. Fill the frame. Like just add make sure the elements are there. And so this was kind of a bit of an experimentation with that, I've really packed in the composition, that there's a lot to kind of to cast your eye around. And I had Andrew Chapman in my head while I was shooting these, which was lovely. It was just giving me a different guidance as to how I was composing shots.
And have you corrected the line, like the straight lines in this?
No, I never do that. No, I don't know how.
It looks perfect. Everything looks straight.
Well, that's the Fujifilm, Jim. That's why it looks perfect.
I think I really liked the red stop and the red sign and the way that though the building and the lights had the same shape, but the only thing that pulled me away from this image a couple of times, and I went back and forth on it, was the her foot disappearing out of the frame. I had longed for that foot to be visible.
I see what you're into. There's OnlyFans pages for people like you.
We don't like to crop out anything.
John Pickett would like to know: are you shooting from the hip or is the camera up at your eye?
I think in this one I brought it up to my eye, and I was also very conscious of. Typically, street photographers will only shoot in landscape. There's this thing that a lot of them, if it's not in landscape, it's not street. I don't agree with that, and I've been through that phase myself. But I was really pushing myself to take more vertical orientation. And when I turned and looked at her as she was walking towards me, I thought she looked like a well-balanced character. And I lifted the camera and took the shot. And by the time I'd sort of framed and composed and shot, she'd already sort of gotten a bit closer. So we lost the foot, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's exactly. I'm not saying it's one of those things you can't control that stuff. It's just looking at the image after the fact. I'm like, oh, I wish that was there, but
I think that's maybe the side that we come from, Justin, that we're looking for that. But I think for what it is in the street, it's not.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because it's not like we're delivering it as an image in that sense. It's a street portrait.
Yeah.
This one's fun. Black and white.
Yeah. Just playing around.
Happy looking man.
This was on the second day. No, I can't remember which day I took this, but I really like this one. This is next to Maya. It's in like that, what is it, Little Lonsdale?
No. So he's coming out of like a prison or something.
Yeah, it's like a staff door. It's in between like Maya and another building in that lane. Not the laneway. What is it? The one that Chinatown's on. Is that Little Burke?
I don't know. You're the Melbourne guy.
Sure. I should know that. I'm sure it's Little Burke. Anyway.
Golden Terrace?
So he's come out of this door and he's walking towards me and he's got nowhere to go. So I've got all the time in the world to compose and frame this shot.
Did you pick this one specifically because of the way he was like, he's taking a step, which I think looks really cool, and he's tucking something into his jacket or he's fixing his jacket? Or there's
more interest, and he's also like really in that space that's really confined for him. Yeah. But it was all sort of like this polished metal, and so there was just light bouncing everywhere. It was really cool.
So, Greg, when you take a shot like this, are you shooting one frame and you're kind of like waiting, that's the shot? Or are you taking
40 frames?
Like 5?
It's on a tripod. I'm not even there. It's just on burst mode. No, I tend to take, I don't know why, and I can't explain why I do it, but it must just be habit. I always double tap.
Yeah, okay.
So I do 2 shots every time I take a shot. Every time I take a shot, I take two, because in the street you get moments like this, you know, and that half a second later it might have been a slightly better moment, and then I'll wait, and I think I've got other shots of him coming closer.
Yeah.
But I just like the framing of this one.
No, I think this is correct.
Yeah, it's great.
I like it.
And double tap straight out of Zombieland. That's smart.
Yeah.
If I took one, Greg, it'd probably have 5 shots, and if Justin took it, it'd have 48 shots.
That's not true, Jim.
On 2 cameras.
You know, when I'm not working, I set my camera to single shot.
Wow.
And then go.
Yeah.
No, I don't do this.
Yeah. But it's just a muscle reaction for me now. It's just double shot.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Especially for street as well, where you don't get the moment again.
Yeah. Because I'm
It's
not posing anyone. It's just they're just moving through the world.
And I guess it probably gives you a better percentage of hit rate with Fuji autofocus.
Yeah, that's
Rick
true.
Rick says Justin's battery wouldn't be working. Let's be real.
That's very true, Rick.
Or Justin would have had the Leica and missed the shot. Gosh.
By the time it's starting up.
I thought, anyway. Whatever.
Great purchase choices there, Justin.
My photos.
Start a
were great
podcast,
tonight.
they said.
Yeah. Everyone will love you, they said. You'll be famous. Last one.
Yeah. That's my dad.
I thought so.
So I don't have many photos of my parents. We just don't. I mean, there's family shots and stuff like that, but I don't have any portraits. And so he's in hospital at the moment. He's had some heart issues, and Sashi and I went in to visit him. That was part of the street walk. So I went on I can't remember if that was the first day or the second day, but I went on the street walk, took a bunch of photos, met Sash because she works right near where he was in the hospital. And then we walked over to meet him, and we went to the gift store, and they had soft toy crabs. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll get him a crab. Like most people get a teddy or a bunch of flowers or a balloon. And I showed it with a crab, and he thought he's been scaring nurses ever since with it. He tucks it
From
under the
here,
sheet.
it looks like a real, like it looks like its claws are like tied up. From where I am.
I visited my dad and took him a live crab, but but because it's like fabric, but it's got the crab shell printed. Like it's not like they've just tried to make it look like the crab shape. They've actually printed a crab design onto it. I just thought it was funny. And he's called it Claude, and he loves scaring the nurses with it. But yeah, I thought it was a lovely portrait of my dad. He wasn't having such a good day, but we gave him crabs, and it seemed to lift him a little. Yeah. So,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I like the arms and I like the claws in this. So,
yeah.
Well, yeah.
And again, this is the nostalgic neg film simulation. I just love the way that it brought out the color, especially with that sort of salmon color in the background and the green of his chair. It just works.
It does. The color palette all matches. It looks like it could be a movie scene or something. Like it looks color graded. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. So that's my poor old dad.
Yeah. Well, that is all of your shots that I selected.
Yeah. Thanks, boss. Good selection.
I thought so.
I'm happy with that. Maybe a bit emotional.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
But now we've got to get on to everyone else's images because we have so many images. You guys have been sending tons through, and now I've got to quit the thing and bring it back up so that it reloads with everyone's
This could
stuff
take some
in
time. It's like photographing with a Leica.
It's a 2-second startup time. Don't worry about that. Just pay the money. And your photos. Let's find them. Where are they? Where did I hide them? Here, and then here. And who are we going to start with? Let's start with... I'm going to start from the top of my list here. No, that's a bad idea. I'm going to start from here. Let's start with Bruce Moyle.
Hey, Brucey.
Bruce Moyle. Share screen. Images for the show. Share. Okay. Bruce Moyle says, a week in Hawaii.
Look at that.
Yeah. Street photos, morning and night, plus the Pride Parade on the day I arrived. 18 kilometers on my feet the first day, 10 kilometers most days, just shooting and watching when not working on the actual shoots I was paid to be on. None of that is included here. Pride Parade, I just walked around like an official photographer and owned the whole thing. Didn't get questioned once. Crazy.
Did he have a photographer vest?
Did you have a photographer vest? You should get one.
Other side.
Yeah.
You just got to look like you're meant to be there.
Yeah. Crazy amount of images, but only processed a few.
That's Greg Carrick's trick. He puts on a high vis vest and just behaves like he's meant to be there. And he
carry a ladder or a camera, and you can do whatever you want.
Look at that.
Yeah, Hawaii's crazy.
Cool. That's a stunning shot.
Oh, and then this is the one that we saw on social media, which this doesn't do it justice. It needs to be printed enormously because there is. Where is it? Oh, hang on. Where's that person? They're in here somewhere. I can't do this.
Oh my God.
Never mind.
Jim, can you take over?
It zoomed into.
There it is.
There he is. Anyway, it's a beautiful shot. Yeah, it needs to be printed massive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a paddle border, isn't it, in the middle?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So cool.
Yeah, and with the light like that too.
Yeah.
No vest. Wow, just no vest. Good job.
Oh.
Access all areas, and that's sick. What else have we got from Bruce? Oh, the cats. You see him?
No. Oh, look at him.
No trespassing.
Must be dinner time.
That's great.
Yeah.
Padlocks. Airbnbs, I guess.
The color is cool.
Yeah, the color is stunning.
Beautiful work, Bruce.
Look at the light, like the layers going back. That's crazy, Bruce.
And then people. There's two people in the background too.
Yeah.
One in the window, one behind the bush.
It just
not behind the bush.
It just pulls you right into it, doesn't it? Those steps of light too, like it just well done, Brucey.
He says, I have many stories. Maybe we'll have to do a podcast episode.
Yeah, I think we might.
Hang on. Why are you? There they are. Coming up next, the one, the only David Leparati, who says, I thought you might like some more infrared images, but with a difference this time. The macro images were all taken on a Fuji XE2 IR converted to 590 nanometer, which records from orange, red to infrared. All plants reflect infrared light, which can cause issues with lots of light, white images and lens flaring.
I didn't know that.
Ant shot was taken with a Nikon 60mm micro lens plus two Godox MF12 macro flashes. And the B shots were taken with a Nikon 60mm micro lens plus a Godox V480 with diffuser. How crazy are the colors?
That is insanely good.
Oh, Greg's getting the conversion done.
Oh, that's stunning. No, I've been seeing people's macro, especially from the BFOP workshop, people that did the macro, and some of the images are just crazy good. This is stunning. Absolutely stunning, David. Imagine that printed. Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's insane.
Jesus. I can't imagine how that looks on your screen, Justin. I mean, that's,
Yeah, you can see it way better in the actual.
Like third hand information, isn't it?
Yeah, crushed via the internet.
Yeah.
So thank you, David, for stoking the fire of me getting one of my cameras converted. I appreciate it. If you can do that regularly, every time I'm sort of starting to forget about it, just send them on through. I'd appreciate it. So amazing. And then from one David to another David, another famous David, this one from David Mascaro. These are just a few of the veteran portraits I've taken with their consent. I post the stories. They share with me some crazy stuff I've heard spending time with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find the appropriate ones for some of the stuff that he's said. Some of these are film and a couple digital. I hope to do a book on veterans soon. I have close to 100 photos.
Oh,
The lightings. Yeah.
but also the framing, like it's just
Yeah.
it's so sensibly done.
He's got such a
Wonderful.
skill. with
Yeah.
these.
Yeah. Oh
Just
wow.
just the eyes. I don't know
Yeah.
how. Yeah. Yeah,
But
so,
the images are
Dennis is
telling
the
a
same.
story without even knowing the context, you know, there's real depth in that.
Here he says the man holding the photo was of him as an 18-year-old right out of basic training. He lost an older brother in Vietnam after his tour.
Hmm.
Yeah. Great work, David.
Very powerful. Yeah, well done, David. Gosh.
Both Davids.
Mm.
And then move on to the one and only Dennis Smith. Some images shot from when he was at BFOP splashing around in the water, which I think, let me just check. What did he say? 1.6 second exposures. Dennis.
I've always loved the ball of light stuff and all of the light painting Dennis does when there's water involved because of the reflection.
Yeah. And it's just like he was saying, it's so, 1.6 seconds. It's so unrepeatable. You just can't, it's going to happen once like that. And then, you could try and get something similar, but it's not going to be the same with the splashes and the reflection.
And the flowing river as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, those were cool. And then he also sent this one through, which he posted on social media the other day, along with a behind the scenes shot of the camera it was taken on. His Q3 basically
In the water.
Basically just scratching around in rocky mud water to get this shot.
That's a stunning shot.
That's cool.
So,
I just can't stop looking at it, you know?
Yeah, beautiful. It looks like so much fun. I just want to do it. I've never done it like this with the whoosh.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Can you zoom into that?
Which part?
Down in the left a bit more. The square, it looks like a person is in. I know it's not. In the reflection on the left.
That's as far as I can go.
Like to that little square. See the little square with the light in it?
This one?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that looks like it. I know it doesn't in the top one, but when it's reflected,
it kind of does.
It kind of looks like a person from where I can see it with the, the res I've got here.
All right. Up next, more podcast royalty. Where is he?
Great work, Dan. Love it.
Great work, Dennis. Thank you for sending those through.
Is that a Greg Carrick?
Greg Carrick. Lightning strike taken with the Fujifilm GFX 50R. Pentax 18 to 35 plastic fantastic lens, of course. How else? He just literally gaffer taped it on there. And a Strike Finder 2.
I've been seeing these on socials, yeah.
Yeah, the
trigger
lightning thing. And
it says Lilydale Lake.
2 seconds. Oh, Lilydale Lake. Nice.
Yeah.
2 seconds f16 ISO 50. Yeah, so
2
cool.
seconds f16. Oh, wow. That's gorgeous.
That's another one I think would need to be printed big to really get the most out of it. Because it looks very cool on my screen. And yes, Dennis, Bendigo Light Madness. I wonder what we could do. What could we light paint? Be crazy.
The Mel's got a lot of lights in it at the moment. I don't know if that would work.
Who's Mel?
No, we need somewhere dark. We need to and we just light paint something cool. Maybe I should light paint my dad's car or something.
What about that
That's
big old crane that's up on near the mining site?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could do some fun stuff up on the hill up there.
Yeah.
Victoria Hill one, Justin. That poppet head at Victoria Hill.
Just do the whole thing. Have Dennis just running up and down. You
No.
start, like the stairs, doing up like
You
4
could.
stories of Poppet's head, and then back down again. And then he'd be like, "Oh, didn't quite get it right. I'm going to do it again." Okay. Greg Street, we've been through that. Jim. Hope I haven't missed anyone because there was a lot today. Where are you? Lisa Leach, the best 1-year photographer in the world.
Look at that. It's
Damn.
like a
That's
it's like a painting.
Mm.
You know, it's got that old sort of landscape painting look to it. It's just magical.
Let me see. There was
very
some.
cool.
And the contrast
Information.
between the textures of the rock and the water.
Mm.
This one
Magical.
was Les is already onto it. Bombo Quarry
Hmm.
in New South Wales,
Very cool.
and then where was this one? The layers.
Oh, the layers.
High country somewhere.
Mm.
Diamantina Hotham, maybe, if I'm good at talking. This one's pretty cool,
Ah, that's lovely.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
The
That's
view from
clever.
Delatite Winery of Mount Buller, Mansfield.
Cool.
That's clever.
Yeah.
Clever
Oh,
framing,
Lisa-
Lisa. Really clever.
Lisa's 15 months now, so that
Ah.
explains why she's so good.
That
You know,
makes sense. now,
15
yeah.
months. Yeah.
No one could be
Smart
this
ass.
good in just 2 years.
No.
1 year.
Or just in just 12, yeah. The extra 3 months.
Extra, makes all the
Made a
difference.
huge difference.
And then this one,
Nice.
Sydney.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Gosh, you
Great
get about,
light.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Busy.
Great
Yeah, the
light.
lighting is amazing. Oh, they're lovely.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Mm.
Nick Smith. Some flowing water. Beautiful. Where were these taken? I don't think they were in my I don't think it wasn't in the email. Where were these taken?
I think this was up at Bright, wasn't it?
Maybe. I mean, that would make sense. Yeah. Nice colors.
Yeah.
Very nice. Let's see if there's any
Texture.
info. 13th of a second. F14.
I like the texture in the water. It's not fully gone.
Oh,
yeah,
there
it's
we
like,
go.
yeah,
Like, you know what's crazy, Nick, is so my gran has just moved out of the out of Bellingen, and I thought that when I first saw that first photo, I was like, oh,
Really?
no, it wouldn't be.
Oh,
you
wow.
Yeah.
Where is that? Why is it called Promised
It's-
Land?
It's over the river in Bellingen,
Mm.
the Promised Land, and there's heaps of like creeks and rivers like this. It's beautiful place to swim.
That's so cool.
And then
And,
next
yeah,
to at the Euroban River near where we did the Reflection Perfection course.
Okay.
Bruce Moyle says, cannot be bright. Dennis isn't in it.
It was Dennis.
Mm.
It's flowing
The-
water.
I feel like the rocks look different too. They look different to bright rocks.
And finally,
Nice work.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, really nice work, Nick.
Where's Tim's? Can't find it. Can't find Tim's email. I've got his images though. I think these were from BFOP.
That was a workshop. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he
that
was
was-
one of them.
yeah.
Was that photographing working people?
Yep.
You wouldn't know what that's like, Justin, so I'll send you an email.
Oh,
Explain it.
no, I've photographed them.
No, work. I
I've
mean,
just
you've never done work.
That's what I mean. I've photographed
Oh.
working people though.
Oh, okay.
Lots of it.
Yeah.
I just haven't been one.
Yeah. I love your comment earlier. I spent all day watching videos about this.
It wasn't all day.
All right. I'm
I've got to
sorry. I'll
prepare
let
for
you
the
go.
podcast. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, these are great, Tim.
Mm.
That would have been a fun workshop.
Oh, that's lovely. That's so cool.
Let's see if it. No metadata. It's got us. Yeah, very nice.
I wonder if people sent these to the models, like whether the models got sent these images.
Yeah, I don't know. It's usually something that they try to figure out after BFOP, but it can take a while for everyone to edit their images and then start sending them around. Environmental portraits with Marcus Bell. I'm not sure. Was that this one? I can't. There was a few. It must have been.
Probably was, yeah.
Very nice. Now let me just check. Have I got everyone's done? Greg's. Yep. David Leparati. Yep. Mascaro. Yes. I think that's everyone. If I've forgotten yours, please email me and let me know, and I'll bring it up next week. I'm sure I've got everybody's. I did my very best.
Well done.
Amazing images tonight. What a set.
Yeah. Very cool.
Great.
Very cool.
Anything else, photographers?
No. Comment in the chat. Should we make some vests? Camera Life
merch vest. We could find out where they got these done. Yeah,
we could just make our own, but it has to say photographer. It can't say photographer.
Yeah. But I've been looking on Amazon. I just need your credit card, Justin. But we'll do that after the show.
For the $4.
Yeah, the $4 Temu.
Yeah, when you get it and it's only this big.
They are one size fits all, Greg.
They are quite literally one size fits all. Yeah. I'm fussy about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we'll get you a vest, Dennis.
But yeah, we've got a couple of things coming up in the weeks ahead.
What do we got coming up?
Well, we've got Julie Powell's joining us on Thursday to have a chat, uncover everything about her craft and her work and her workshops. Week after, we've got Alex Cerns, which I know Justin's going to be particularly excited about because Alex seems to be quite the gun at running a photography business. She actually coaches and mentors people with that. She does dog photography. She's got an OAM. She does keynote speaking. Crazy person.
She's a Tamron ambassador too.
She is.
Just like Glyn. Yep. She's
absolutely.
She's done quite a lot of stuff around the world, all sorts of different accolades and awards and
and savvy. Very savvy.
Does business mentoring. She buys belts. She sells belts. She's great. Yeah,
she is great. But next Monday night, we've got another random photography show, but we do have a quick special guest, Andrew Ravenko, who you guys may recall from the Rocket Girl series. We interviewed Andrew a number of months ago, and during COVID, he and his young daughter would go out and she would wear her spacesuit that he and his wife made for her, and he would take photos of her in these abandoned places at the height of COVID lockdowns when we were allowed to walk around. He has won an award, but we'll leave that for next week. But really amazing, magical outcome that, someone who created this project with his family during really dark time, like we were in lockdown for longer than anywhere else in the world, and created these magical moments that people gravitated towards. And it's been recognized once again just recently with an international photography award. So we'll cover that next week, along with all the usual random photography show bits and pieces. So please make sure you send your images to justin@luckystraps.com.au. Is that right, boss?
Yeah. And ideally, if you send it through the week, that's better than on the night because it's just a little bit easier for me to get them done.
Yeah. No, just hold on to them until like 7:31. Send them through then.
Bruce says, Andrew just won a major award. So good. Bruce also says use code Jim. That'll give you 15% off anything on the Lucky Straps website. So do that. Greg Carrick says smash that like button. I think that's a great idea.
Do. It is a great idea. And make sure you hit subscribe and hit the bell notification because we go live 2 times a week and you'll get notified in your time zone as to when we're about to assault your eyeballs. So, yeah.
And finally, Bruce says, rightfully so, Alex Cerns is also a movie critic and has her own movie review thing. And she watches 10 movies a week and reviews them. It's quite crazy, which you were making fun of me before of watching videos all day, Greg, but she's also very successful and she does that. So, just saying.
You're the Temu version, though.
Lisa Leach, thank you guys. Good night. See you Thursday. Rick Nelson, thanks. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks,
Philip
Rick.
Johnson.
Thanks,
see you on Thursday.
Good to see
Who
you,
else?
mate.
Lisa Leach wants a leather camera life vest.
Saucy.
Paul wants a vest too. I think it's time. With the Fujifilm logo, maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
Dennis, thanks for joining us. You're editing a video, a lovely side mumble. I'm glad we could keep you company while you're editing your video. Thanks, Bruce. Thanks, Les. Who else? Nick. Craig,
Nick
good to
Fletcher was
see
here
you.
for a bit.
Yeah, Nick Fletcher was here for a bit. Les, everybody. Good to see you all. Bye, Paul. See you in the next
Thanks,
one.
everybody. Be safe.
Thank you.